Hey y'all, I just wanted to welcome you to the first EXOS coaching program one, week one, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to talk about nutrition philosophy. Okay, this is the whole idea that this is not a diet. This is not, I'm going to lose weight really fast and get ready for that wedding and then put all the weight back on. Okay, this is a mindset. This is more than that. This is sustainable for life, for your family, for your friends. It's something that's bigger than you. Okay. About 6+ years ago, I adopted these types of things, and I can't even imagine going back to how I used to eat. And trust me, I ate horrible. I was the worst eater in the world. My mother used to have to pay me to eat a string bean. Once I found out how to negotiate, that was it. But anyway, today we're going to talk about nutrition philosophy. And this is the idea that we're fueling our body with high octane fuel. Okay. If we get this concept that um, we work out and or we're active, we want to fuel our bodies with the right stuff. So basically, our bodies can run properly. If we keep putting in crappy fuel, our bodies are going to eventually shut down. And actually, you're going to feel pretty crappy. So, I'm here to show you how we're going to take the first steps. So, today we're going to talk about make it about you and fuel for impact. Okay. We're going to actually cut off before we finish all of fuel for impact because there's a couple of things in there I want to go over in a little bit more detail in the next session. So, first thing we're going to go ahead and do is get to know yourself. Why are you watching this video? Why are you interested in bettering yourself? I want you to think about your goal and think about how big it is to you, how important it is to you. Now, of course, we all want to look good. We all want that image of that Men's Health or or fitness magazines. We see them and we see these perfect figures. Okay, I want you to get rid of that vision because that's not truly healthy. Okay, when people are in that position where they're cutting out all that body fat, they can't sustain that for a long period of time. It's just simply, it's unhealthy. So I want you to think about your goal and not just the physical appearances or just weight loss purposes of it. I want you to think about exactly how it's going to affect the world around you. Because by you doing this, by you taking care of yourself, you're going to affect everybody in your life. And I can definitely tell you it's going to affect them in a positive way. So make sure you fill this out. Take time with it. Really say, why is it important to me? Because in 3 weeks, when you go ahead and you're thinking about just giving up, or falling off the wagon where you can get back on, I want you to come back to your goal. I want you to come back to start to think about how it's affecting other people around you and how you can make really the world a better place because you start changing yourself for the better, everybody else around you will follow. So let's get started on the meat and potatoes, sweet potatoes. We want to make sure that we're not overeating. Okay, so this comes into account for portion size. It's not the most important part about nutrition, okay? You can't eat whatever you want and work out. So you can't go ahead and say you're going to put low quality fuel, although it's less of it in your body and expect to see results. But when we do go out to eat, when we are in a situation where we have to eat something, we want to make sure our portion sizes are correct. Okay, so let's just take, for example, a bagel. So you got the morning, you wake up, and then you're rushing to work, which is not a good thing. We want to make sure we plan for these things eventually. But we show up and we have bagels on the table. And you're like, oh man, I gotta eat something. If I don't eat, basically you only do start to wither away. So that whole bagel is 2 servings. Okay. You might say, well, after you ate the half the bagel, you weren't full. Well, I definitely believe that because it takes about 20 minutes for your body to recognize that it's full. So when you eat, take your time with it and make sure you're in the right portion size. Okay, that's an easy, quick tip. Now let's get down into the other parts here. This is going to break it down even further. Starches, proteins, and fats. Starches are the fuel. They are brain fuel. They are fuel for workouts. They are fuel. They're fuel. But we want to make sure they're quality. Okay, so when we're talking starches, we're talking whole grains, grains, and also starchy vegetables such as potatoes, sweet potatoes. So the great starches are oatmeal, brown rice, starchy vegetables, quinoa, and 100% whole wheat bread. And I always tend to stumble on whole wheat bread because you have to look at the label. Okay, you want minimal ingredients. And if that whole wheat bread was blanched and then they put dye in it to make it look brown or anything, that's not a good whole wheat bread. You want to make sure it's quality food with the minimal processing possible. Proteins, the building blocks to our bodies and immune system. Crucial to get every single meal. So think about that. Okay. And I want you to take a look at the power proteins. Look at those. Are nuts and seeds on there? No. Nuts and seeds are not on there because you're going to look a little bit below that, and that's in fats. So when you think you're getting a high quality protein in nuts and seeds, you are absolutely wrong. Yes, there is protein in there, but it doesn't contain all the amino acids. So we want to make sure that we're going for the power proteins. We're talking tuna, we're talking chicken, dairy, tofu, everything on that list. And we want to make sure we space it in between snacks and meals too. Okay, you're going to notice that when you start to do this, your body burns fuel pretty darn fast. Which brings me on to my next guy, fats. They are the protectors. They make your brain work, they boost your energy, they keep you full. But we have to get the whole mindset of low fat out of our diet. I'm sorry, not diet, out of our minds. Fats are a thumb, so it's not a lot. So when we're talking nuts and seeds, we're not talking about this, okay? We're talking about this, okay? You don't want to overdo it because because there is a high calorie count, but the benefit you get from these guys are so important for anti-inflammatory purposes. So they're high in omega-3 fats. When you see those fantastic fats on the side, go for those. Go for the less processed types of things. Yeah, there are fish oil supplements, there's flaxseed supplements, but there's nothing like getting whole food, um, getting the nutrients from the whole food instead of supplementing them. Okay, high octane fuel versus low octane fuel. So what we're going to go on to talk about here is where are you pulling your grocery list from? Are you getting things from the regular octane fuel or are you getting things from the high octane fuel? If you get them from the high octane fuel, you're probably going pretty good. You maybe only need to tweak it to the point of where you have to include it in every meal and snack. However, if you're buying a couple things in the regular octane fuel, a couple things in the high octane fuel, you're probably at a standstill. You're probably at that plateau where you're not seeing results that you want. So I want to challenge you. I want to say, when we go ahead and start to look at our grocery list for the weeks, go ahead and get as many things off the high octane fuel list as you can. If you do that, you're going to set yourself up for success because you're going to have a pantry that's fit for, I don't know, a nutrition king, because that's giving you all the components to make a healthy meal and be creative. So, the next thing we're going to go over is just kind of getting the basics down for serving sizes. We're not counting calories, we're not inputting calories. For now, I want that out of your mind. I just want you to think about high octane fuel and how much you're putting on the plate. So please review this. We went over a little bit before. Let me know if you have any questions on that. So, same for this slide here. So I'm going to pull up one other thing here, and that's the nutrition workbook. Here we go. So this is the nutrition workbook that you guys went and have downloaded. So we want to go ahead, like I said before, is we want to go ahead and pick everything that's on the high octane fuel list and put it in our bodies and put it in our pantries. Anything on below that, you want to go light on. Okay, so you should see a bunch of check marks in the high octane fuel section, and you should see minimal check marks in the bottom. Okay, when you start to see this evolve in the grocery store, you're gonna put together some quality meals, not just for you, for your family, people coming over. Things are gonna be a little bit tastier. Okay, your taste buds will change. Now the next challenge here is your weekly meal planner. Yes, we're not writing down what we eat. Instead, we're taking the idea of we're going to make sure we know what we're going to eat so you can plan for cheat meals. As I said it, you can have your cheats. You can have that Chipotle. You can have that um, ice cream with your friend. However, it has to be planned. Okay? You don't want spur of the moment cheats, because spur of the moment cheats lead on to more cheats, lead on to getting off the wagon. So what I want you to I want to challenge you to start this week. Okay? So basically, I'm talking tomorrow. I want you to get right on board and start thinking about this and start putting it on paper. So what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to plan all your meals. Okay. So basically, for a whole week, if you're talking about 5 meals a day, that's breakfast, lunch, dinner with 2 snacks. That gives you, let's see if I have this here. That gives you 28 of 35 meals that you have to get right for the week. If you skip a meal, that's cheating. If you have a cheat, that's cheating. But say we come on down Monday, Tuesday, we're good. Wednesday, all of a sudden your parents are down and they want to go out to breakfast and they don't want to go somewhere healthy. Well, guess what? You're going to say, all right, Wednesday parents are coming down in the morning. Breakfast is going to be a cheat. And that's in there. So that was, now you're at 34 or 35 for meals for the week that you got right. And you have tons of wiggle room still. The closer, and we're talking about eating 80% healthy for the entire week. So you have opportunity to enjoy family, friends, go out to events. So I want to make sure you get that, okay? If we don't write this down and we don't do the meal planner, I'll tell you your success rate on this will plummet by half, okay? Because you're going to be scattered, okay? You may think that you have it all planned in your head, but I can guarantee you when things go sour, you're not going to have a plan. And when you don't have a plan, it's a plan to fail. So the one thing I'll throw at you at the end here is at the end of the manual, the manual here, you're going to go ahead and see recipes. So just stuff to get you started, get you thinking. And you're going to see in our group, I'm going to send you a link that has a bunch of recommended recipes from EXOS. So if you have any questions at all, please, please, please jabber me, email me, put a question in the group. Let's make this first week a successful week. And I want to make sure that you are getting the most out of this, so feel free to message me. Okay? Thanks, guys. Catch you later.